In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get the 11 new berries, so head over to the new ice area here. And starting with Penguin, really simple, this one is just ice skating on the ice here. Moving on to Yeti, so for Yeti first you need to grab the ice pick. So climb up the hills on the right and the ice pick is at the very top. Once you've got that, if you look kind of opposite you, you see that huge mountain. Yeah, you need to make your way to the very top. And then using that ice pick to break the ice here. So this is kind of difficult. So once you get in, you'll see these two ice blocks. You kind of need to make a obby for yourself, or how do I say this? Like, make holes in the ice to help you jump up the hills, if that makes sense. So you kind of have to make holes in the ice in a specific place so that you're able to jump, and then just continue breaking the ice. And then you'll get to this point here where you need to break the ice and then quickly jump at the same time right here. Sounds difficult, but you got this. And then just make your way to the top and there is Yeti. Moving on to Seal. So for Seal you are gonna need the ice pick. Again, let me show you where you can grab that. If you just jump up the hills to your right, to the very top, there is the ice pick. Head down to the lake and use the ice pick to break the ice. So just click, jump down the hole you made, and Seal is in the kind of seaweed here. Next we have Present. So if you head to your right, kind of to the left of this ladder, jump down this hole, this will teleport you to the Present factory. Head inside and Present is just behind the Christmas tree. Moving on to Potion, so if you head down the hole to the left of the ladder just here, that will teleport you to the Present factory. Head inside through the doors in front of you, and then under the table at the very back you need to crouch, and this will kind of drop you into a lab. So if you enter the small door to your right, you'll see this on the wall. Now unfortunately it is different for every server or every one, but you'll have 5 symbols of the periodic table, I think it's called. So you can see I have ZNBAGHSI. So grab your first one, mine is ZN, head over to the table, or you can Google search it. I googled it and found out that ZN equals zinc. And then around you'll see bottles. So grab your first one, whatever your first one is, and then look for your bottle. I searched everywhere for this, I couldn't find it. Turns out it was literally in the middle of the room. So because my first one was ZN zinc, I'm looking for a bottle of zinc. I did eventually find it just here. So grab it, let me show you what to do with the bottles. Go ahead and equip it, take it to the cauldron, and then continue. So my next one was B, which is for boron apparently. Don't know what that is. So yeah, just continue going through the list. You have 5 to find. My third one was silver, so you see I grabbed silver there, but just do it in order. There is the boron, so I'm going to kind of skip this bit, but basically just look for your bottles in order and then put them in the cauldron there. And once you put your last one in, that will give you a cutscene, and there is Potion. Moving on to Gingerbread. So to the left of the ladder you'll see this hole. Go ahead and drop down that, and that will teleport you here to the Present factory. Make a left and you want to enter the kitchen, and basically there's a recipe that you need to do. So brown sugar is just behind you underneath the sink. You have candy and butter just on the counter in front of you there. Moving on to eggs. Eggs is just in the fridge on the left door. Next we have flour, so all-purpose flour is on the shelf in the back left corner next to the fridge. You have salt and pepper, so salt is on the dining table here, and then pepper is in the freezer. Moving on to more candy, so more candy is on top of this green unit here above the cookie you're making. And lastly, magic, so make your way out the kitchen, take a left, enter these two doors, and magic is just in this drawer right here. Take that back to the kitchen. Grab your, I don't know what I did there, grab your gingerbread, pop that in the oven, and you do have to wait 5 minutes for it to bake. But once it's finished baking, go ahead and grab it, put it on the dining table, and there you go. So some really simple ones. Pine is just hiding in this pine tree behind the spawn point here. For Snowberry, you do need a code to enter the cabin. Head round the back, it's probably different for everyone. But if you head round to the back, look in the window, you can see the code just there. Mine was 1399, so I typed that in. Again, it's probably different for every server, not sure. But once you've typed that in, Snowberry is just on the table. Moving on to clean. So for clean, if you drop down the hole here to the factory, it's on the left of the ladder. Head inside, head towards the doors in front of you, underneath the table, go ahead and crouch and drop down into the lab, and clean is just underneath the sink here. Next we have, is it Wreath? Ralph? I don't know, but drop down towards where the factory is. Head inside the factory, you want to take a left down to the bedroom. So enter the doors here, and at the back you see that ladder, go ahead and climb that, and then you have this faded path that's quite difficult to see. It does kind of help if you put your camera underneath the path, so you can see I kind of struggled to climb up. And then there you go, you can kind of see the path, but just make your way to the very end. And is it Wreath? I think it's Wreath, or Wraith is in the wall at the top. Cloudberry, really simple, is just behind you at spawn here. Moving on to reindeer, so enter the factory, so drop down the hole to the left of the ladder. And round the back you'll see like piles of logs. Reindeer is just at the end of the log just here. Next we have Polar, so for Polar you want to drop down the hole just here to the left of the ladder. Make your way to this brown patch here. You can't see it, but take a leap of faith and you'll drop down on the hill, and Polar is on the rock there. So for Christmas light you need to first grab a, what's it called, the pickaxe? The pick? I've forgotten. Jump up the hills to the right here, and it's at the very top. What is it? Ice pick, that's it. So once you've got that, you want to drop down the hole to the left of the ladder here. So you'll enter the present factory, head through the doors in front of you. Under the table you need to crouch to drop down into the lab, and then shout out to Noob for helping me here. So on the left you'll see a science poster. Enter that, and then you have this short obby. Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do this without this person, so round of applause to them. Use your ice pick for the first one, then crouch, use your ice pick, go to the left, ice pick, go to the right, and there it is. I had to say thank you, of course. So for Santa, Santa is in that cabin in front of you. So you do need a 4-digit code. So if you look in the window behind it, I believe the code might be different for everyone, I'm not sure, but you can see there mine's 1399. I've already entered the code for an earlier berry. Head in and climb up the chimney, and there is Santa. So for Snowman you need parts for Snowman. So his arms are just underneath the pine tree to your right. The carrot is at the very back right. Let me quickly show you where the snowman is. So I just put the sticks and the carrot on. So the snowman's just here. Next we have the hat and the scarf, and those two are in the cabin. So again, you do need the 4-digit code. If you look through the window, there is the code. I believe it's different for everyone. Type that code in, and the hat is just on the left. Oh. The hat is just on the left. And then the scarf, if you enter the small door here, it's just on the table there. So go ahead and put those two items on the snowman. And then we just need his eyes. So for his eyes, if you make your way left of spawn, the rocks are just by this huge stone. So go ahead and put the rocks on the snowman, and snowman will appear. Moving on to Narwhal. So I think I did this right. So you need to teleport to the beach, jump in the water, and the same thing you did for shark, you need to do for Narwhal. So you need to grab the cage. So someone told me you can enter the cage and then teleport back to Ice Lake, but it didn't work for me. So what I did, and I hope this is the correct way, correct me if I'm wrong, this took me ages because yeah, I had to take the cage all the way to ice. I think it's the correct way. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I don't know. But I've sped this up 5 times because honestly, it took forever. And then you also need to use that ice pick to make holes in the ice so you're able to drop the cage into the water. This took forever. Guys, please tell me if there is another way to do this. But this is the only way I could find. As you can see, I was stressing. So the easiest thing to do is make a hole, like a massive hole in the ice, chuck your cage in there, and once it's in the water, jump into it. That's how I eventually did it. And then use that to swim into the cave where the narwhal is, and you're able to grab it. So the last one here is Elflord and Elf Berry. So jump down the hole to the left of the ladder, and you will enter the present factory. So you need 4 gifts here. So if you head upstairs into this small hole and talk to Elflord, she'll basically say Christmas is coming soon. So starting from the kind of start of the factory, if you make your way towards the back, you'll see this, it's not really a maze, but you'll see the hedge and you'll see some flowers. Go ahead and drop down. You need to complete this short candy cane obby, and at the very end is the joy of gathering. Just in the safe there. Moving on to the joy of journey. So starting from the start of the factory, if you make your way to the right here, you'll see this door. Go ahead and enter that. And for this one, you just need to put the pipes in order. So click them so all the parts connect. This is quite satisfying to watch actually, like watching them all like perfectly fit in place. But once that's done, the joy of journeys is in that safe behind you. Next we have Elf Berry and also the joy of giving. So if you make your way through the doors in front of you and up the stairs, you can grab Elf Berry sitting there. And if you talk to him, he will basically say, hey, can you help me find 5 parts for a present? So I'm guessing the bow is on the table right next to you. You have a tag just in that room behind you, so crouch down and the tag is on the shelf here. Go ahead and take that back. You also have the actual box in that same room. So crouch down and the box is on the left here. Take that back. You'll find the wrapping paper just underneath the same table, right there. And lastly, I don't know what it is, but it's in this room as well, and it's on the bottom right. What is this? A label maybe? Oh, what's it called? The wrapper stuff. grab that, and that's the joy of giving. And lastly, the joy of surprise. So first you are going to need the ice pick. Let me show you how to get it. So on the right, if you jump up the hills, ice pick is at the very top. Once you've got that, head over to the factory. So jump down the hole here to the left of the ladder. Head inside, through the doors, and you want to head down to the lab basically. Enter this small door, and then you see this pipe. You're actually able to get in that pipe. And this is basically a memory game. So you just need to copy what it does. Really simple. I think you have to do it 5 or 6 times, I'm not sure. But once that is done, the safe will open, and that will give you the joy of surprise. So now you have all 4 gifts. Let me show you where to put them. So I just had to teleport back to Ice Lake, but drop down here, enter the factory, head through the doors, head upstairs, and just put all 4 presents on the table. You can see I already put 3 on there, but just put all 4, and then Elflord will give you this little short cutscene and you're able to grab her. Let me know if this video helped.